So to start off, I wanted to ask you, describe a typical day in your job.
Well, when I get here at 7:30 in the morning, there are already kids waiting at the door. And this morning I had one kid who was really sick with a cold, and I sent that child home. So no testing for her today. And another kid that was nauseous and had a headache, and so that child laid down. And then I had a couple more kids, and then we get down to the other part of the day where we're pulling charts and charting on kids and doing follow-up on kids with things like diabetes, kids with anaphylaxis, allergy types to bee stings, peanuts. Those kids all have to have EpiPens, which are a kind of shot they give themselves if they eat something or get stung and they're allergic to it. So we have to update all that information. And one of the big things we do is to test all the ninth graders. So there's like 750 of them here. We have to check their vision and their teeth for every new ninth grader that comes in. And then we have to enter that in several different places.
Okay, my question is, why do you choose to be a nurse?
I've wanted to be a nurse since high school. I think because when I was a youngster, I wore glasses, and the ophthalmologist that I went to was, he's an MD, but he's also an eye specialist. He worked on the hospital ship Hope, and I was always fascinated by that, so I thought that someday I would like to become a nurse and go on that hospital ship, which I never did. And now that hospital ship is no longer, but I think they have one now that's called the Mercy, and that one goes all over the place. And a couple of years ago, we actually had a couple of nursing students come here and do a little bit of training for their class who were actually going on that ship, so that made me very happy, and I wish I could go.
What skills must someone that wants to be in your field have?
Well, I have a bachelor's degree in nursing, which was a 4.5-year nursing program at a university. And then I went back to school and got my master's and my credential to be a nurse practitioner. So that was another 3 years plus. So it was kind of a long road.
Okay, question was, what kind of chances do you have along your journey to become a nurse?
Pardon me, what kind of what?
Challenges?
Oh, challenges. I think one of the main things is to not get burnt out on it, because it is a very high stress kind of area to work. Anything in nursing is pretty high stress. You have to really like what you're doing, and you have to feel that you're doing, something worthwhile. Otherwise, you may just get burnt out and quit. So I think that's the biggest thing, is to stay positive and enjoy what you're doing and have a good time with it, and to stay up to date on your skills.
How do you balance your personal and professional life?
Well, since I work in a school, I'm done at 2:30 or 3 o'clock, so then I get to go home. And then I get to have a home life, and I'm off in the summer, although I usually choose to do summer school. And for summer school this year, I'm actually going to be working at Hoover, because we are having summer school here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If I worked in a regular, like a Kaiser or some other kind of high-powered clinic like that, I would be working from probably 8 until 5 every day, and a couple of weeks vacation every year, and that's a little more stressful than I want to be.
Okay, what difficult steps do you have to take?
What difficult steps do I have to take to do what?
To be a nurse.
Well, the education part of it is very strenuous, and the master's degree part of it is extremely difficult, especially to be a nurse practitioner, because we have to do a lot of rotations through different areas like pediatrics and dermatology and cardiology and just different areas we have to get skilled in. And if you haven't ever worked in those areas, you don't know anything about them.
Mm-hmm.
So just learning that whole new area is a big challenge.
What were your life goals when you were our age? Seniors in high school?
Gosh, I'm not too sure I had life goals. I wanted to be a nurse, and before I wanted to be a nurse, I wanted to be a foreign interpreter at the United Nations. So I don't know when I changed my mind, but I guess probably later on in my senior year. But then I never really thought about, what would come after that.
What kind of advice would you give us?
To be nurses.
Yeah.
Do you both want to be nurses? Well, I think the important thing is to really want to be a nurse, to go and just do it and enjoy it and take every bit of that knowledge in and process it and just love it, because it is so rich and there's just so much to learn and so much to do, and so many different populations of people. Like at this school, it's so ethnically diverse that we're learning stuff all the time about different groups of people and how they deal with their health, and just one day at a time. Don't get frustrated, because it's hard to be a nurse. The school part is hard, and everything is new. You don't know it, but you have to learn it, and just try and take it easy. Take it easy on yourself, 'cause you'll get through it.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping
You're
us.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Glad to see there's going to be some